Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving right in and peeling back the layers to understand the fundamental building blocks of life. Every single living thing functioning around you right now relies on these fascinating, microscopic structures that operate with just unbelievable precision.
So what's actually happening down there? Instead of just looking at a dry biological definition, let's think of the cell as a bustling, highly organized metropolis. Every single component has a critical, life-sustaining job. Just like a real city relies on power grids, factories, border security, and essential government, your cells have evolved highly specialized structures to handle those exact same tasks.
To keep us oriented, here's our roadmap for touring this microscopic city. First, welcome to the cell. Second, the cell's factory floor. Third, power and protein production. Fourth, inside the control center. And finally, managing the master blueprint. Let's get to it. Part 1. Welcome to the cell, taking a look at the infrastructure. To really understand the physical space where all this incredible action takes place, biologists divide the cell into distinct districts, which we call organelles. And as you can see, they aren't just random shapes. These complex machines float within the cell, each equipped with a highly dedicated metabolic function, working in perfect harmony to keep the whole microscopic city alive and thriving. Moving right along to Part 2, the cell's factory floor, focusing on the cytoplasm and cytosol. Imagine you've just walked through the city gates. The vast fluid-filled area resting between the outer cell membrane and the nucleus? That's the cytoplasm. This clear fluid, called cytosol, acts as the physical foundation where all of our city's active infrastructure securely rests. Now, the absolutely crucial point here is that this cytosol isn't just empty space. It physically holds the organelles in place, creating the absolute perfect environment for most metabolic reactions and cellular activities to occur. If the cell is a city, the cytoplasm is the active factory floor where the actual day-to-day work continuously gets done. Which brings us to Part 3, power and protein production, our mitochondria and ribosomes. To survive, our city needs two main things, power and manufacturing. Mitochondria act as relentless power plants, generating essential energy through cellular respiration. Meanwhile, ribosomes, which are made of protein and RNA, are the manufacturing floors handling protein synthesis. They are literally building the proteins that do the heavy lifting in your body. And what's really fascinating is the strategic placement of these factories. These tiny, dense ribosome structures can be found just floating freely out in the cytoplasm, or they can be attached to a specialized network called the endoplasmic reticulum. It's a highly efficient layout designed to get proteins exactly where they need to go as quickly as possible. Okay, Section 4. Inside the control center, all about the nucleus. Moving off the factory floor and into the central district, we find the nucleus completely walled off by the nuclear envelope. This double-wall membrane functions as strict border security. It encloses the nucleus to rigorously control exactly what comes in and what goes out. But that wall isn't a completely solid, impenetrable barrier. It's actually peppered with nuclear pores. These tiny holes found all throughout the nuclear envelope are absolutely vital. They act as highly secure border crossing gates. They help regulate the exchange of specific, closely guarded materials, specifically letting messenger RNA and vital proteins travel safely between the highly protected nucleus and the cytoplasm out on the factory floor.
Finally, Section 5, managing the master blueprint, taking a look inside the vault.
Right inside the vault, we find the nucleoplasm, which is the specialized liquid filling the nucleus. Within this fluid, we find two massive players: the tangled, thread-like chromatin network, and the nucleolus. Now, the nucleolus is a small, dense structure made of proteins and RNA that actually lacks its own membrane. Its specific job? Well, it actually builds the very ribosome factories we talked about earlier. And this nucleoplasm isn't just water. It's a highly specialized, rich soup. It dissolves free nucleotides, which are entirely necessary for the replication of DNA, and it also houses the crucial enzymes that direct all the incredibly complex activities taking place inside the nucleus. 46. That thread-like chromatin network we just mentioned? It actually forms the chromosomes, the absolute basis of all hereditary functions of the cell. And human cells have exactly 46 of these chromosomes. The only exception here is mature sex cells, which hold 23. This is the ultimate master code for the entire city. Now, when it's time for the microscopic city to divide and replicate itself, we have the centrosome. Found entirely in animal cells, this specialized structure steps in during cell division. It ensures that those precious 46 chromosomes are perfectly and equally distributed to the new daughter cells, so the new city has the exact same pristine blueprint as the original.
It truly leaves you wondering, doesn't it? Right this second, millions of microscopic cities are tirelessly working, communicating, generating power, producing proteins, and flawlessly replicating to keep you alive and functioning. What new secrets might we unlock as we continue to map these incredible cellular metropolises? Keep questioning the incredible machinery that makes life possible.